You're watching Fairfield Public Access Channel 9, and we're here today at the high school with Carolyn Yesberg, who is with the Jaycees, Fairfield Jaycees.
Yep.
They're doing a project in conjunction with Students Against Drunk Driving. That's an organization in the high school?
Yes, it is. It's sponsored by Kurt Hansen, who is the driver's ed teacher.
And we'll try and interview Kurt in a little while. So, the local chapter of Jaycees decided to adopt this program.
Yes.
How did you decide that?
Every year we do a community service, several community service, one of which is our big one of 4th of July and Easter Bunny hunt at the Chautauqua Park. But I wanted to do something else that I guess that dealt more around the older group of kids. I thought they were feeling neglected here in Fairfield. So I thought of what I did when I was in high school, and I thought it would be a great idea. And luckily we had some willing kids who were wanting to do it.
I think this has turned out to be a really big project. Yeah. You've got a lot of people
involved. Bigger than
involved.
I thought, actually.
I saw an ambulance here,
yep.
And a fire truck is coming.
We're going to make this as real as possible. Right now the kids are inside getting doctored up, if you want to say that way. They're going to drive away. It's going to be like an on-call thing. The ambulance is going to zoom up, and then later on, with the sirens blaring, the fire department will come on too.
Now this is a project that has been being videotaped by high school students.
Yes.
And you have several different sections that we'll try and help you put together into one video.
Yep.
And we will air this on FPAC, and it will be in the library, I believe.
Yes.
And available for people to see, and hopefully this will make students think think twice. It's prom weekend today, and there are other times that students need to be reminded of this also. So describe for me what we have going on back here.
Right now you have the kids in the car here, and you'll have one. Actually, 2 of them will be able to walk away feeling pretty guilty because they'll know exactly what happened. You're going to have 3 critical, and you'll have 2 pronounced dead. This is going to be as real as possible. As you notice, the car is just chock full of kids, which is very realistic. They've been drinking, which is another realism, and they didn't have a sober driver.
And I see Becky Partridge is...
Becky just read a poem to the kids, so she's going to be out here and positioned.
Now, is the student body coming out to see this?
Yes, the student body will be out. I know a lot of parents would like to come. I know we have several Jaycees here that have supported this thing all year long for at least 7 or 8 months now.
And the group over here that we're looking at now is the actual membership of the Students Against...
Yes, they are the actual membership. Daylin's kind of helped directing it right now. She's the president of the Jaycees, but the kids back there were the ones behind the scenes. They never essentially acted, but they did a lot of the writing of it. They had contributed a lot of their ideas. They've also did a lot of the flyers for each meeting, getting these kids pumped up and ready to go. We have something, pledge cards. They designed pledge cards to be handed out in the high school for them to sign, basically vowing that if they drink, they won't drive. That's not prohibiting them from drinking, which I know that might be a problem with a lot of the parents, but it's realism.
Right.
So we want to make them responsible.
Do we know if this is a typical size of SAD, or has it grown out of this?
I think talking with Kurt at the beginning of the year, SAD was a small organization, but this year it grew. And I think after this, I'm hoping it'll grow some more, because this is not something that's lame. It's something that we can make it exciting, because the more kids that joined it this year, the more kids were able to contribute their ideas.
I think all of us that have children hope that they will think about the consequences when they drink and drive, and certainly not do it. And now I hear a siren.
Sirens.
Is this planned?
Yes, this is all planned. Here comes the ambulance.
Timing's great.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They know exactly what they're doing. They're going to the ambulance had a lot of say in this matter because, of course, they have the most experience. These are the guys who find these people on the road. And so they're going to treat it like it's real, pronounce them dead, doctor them up, take them away. The fire department should be here too, and there will be a big surprise with that.
And we do have this student here that is videotaping. I'm sure she's gained a lot of knowledge putting this project together.
When she first started doing this, she didn't have very much experience, but she has gained so much with this. Everyone has grown. That's what's so neat about working with these kids every week Wednesday, to see them from the very beginning to the very end. You see how much they've grown.
And we have a second ambulance coming.
They're bringing out every power they can. Hopefully the ambulance should be coming pretty soon. And there it comes. And the ambulance, like I said earlier, will have a pretty big surprise. Yeah, fire truck will have a pretty big surprise for us. Something I have never seen before in my life. They'll be bringing out the jaws of life. For safety, again.
So the fire truck will be using the jaws of life.
I've never seen it. For safety reasons, they pre-cut the car. We wanted to make this. We want to make this as real as possible, but with less hazards as possible. You know, these kids are still alive. They're going to be able to walk away, but we want to have them walk away without any scratches.
Now, in your production here, we have the person on the hood. I'm assuming is
pronounced dead. There's another one that will be hanging out of the car window, the driver or the passenger side window. She will also be pronounced dead. There's the one behind her, and she is alive, but she's extremely critical. We plan on her having be like kind of paralyzed.
You've gone to a lot of work, I can tell, coordinating all of these volunteers and
it's
professionals.
Amazing. It's amazing these kids really wanted to do this. They really did.
Kurt, we are videotaping for FPAC, and I would like to interview you. You started with this program.
And here's a gal you should interview right here, too.
We have been interviewing Carolyn, and I came to you earlier in the year.
And we're putting together some tape, too, that you might want to use, too.
So this is a big project.
This was a long project. It started in late September, early October.
Yeah, they got out the jaws of life. These kids joke about this. They don't think it can happen to them, but it happens every day.
Right, every day.
Every year, thousands and thousands. And I don't think any kid standing here wants to be in that position. I wouldn't be wanted to be in that position. I'm 23, and when I was in high school, I always thought I wouldn't end up like that. And unfortunately, I didn't. I've been very lucky, but I've had some friends that have.
I have too. I think we all have. This is very realistic.
That's kind of how I wanted it, and it's given me chills. And I hope it gives all these students here an idea, because these are their peers being pronounced dead. And thank God it's not real.
said, this is a production that the Fairfield High School has been working on for quite some time.
Yep.
With the cooperation of the Fairfield Jaycees, which you're a member of. Are you an officer?
Yes, I am. I am the Individual Development Vice President. My responsibility at each meeting is to have some sort of educational project. That's another reason why I thought of this. It's very important because those are my JCs over there that are my peers and my co-workers and my friends, and I can see their amazement on their face that they don't want this happening to their kids.
Right.
And this is not only a community development thing, but this is an individual development so that they can talk to their kids.
Now, someone must have donated this car.
Actually, they didn't donate it. It was Tim Smith. He actually sold us this car for $15. We wanted to. He was afraid, and we understand that the liability. And so to take that off of him, the school was very cooperative in giving us $15 to buy this. And of course, SAD has a fund every year, but I think that's like $200 or so, but that really isn't much. So we had to work around a $200 budget to get all of this.
I can see, Maria.
And so there's a lot of things that we needed, and we had to rely on the ambulance to volunteer their time, the fire trucks to volunteer their time, the JCs. I got off work. Kids, the school went to a different type of schedule. Everything worked together, and if it wasn't for everyone's cooperation, this would not have happened. I'm very happy with this.
I think you've done a great job. And I'm excited to see the rest of the video shots. Tell us about some of the other shots that were done before this crash scene.
Well, with every accident like this, it has to start from the beginning of invitations to a party. And we started out from the very beginning where there was a couple scenes where we have them invited. A group of girls were inviting each other, showing a peer pressure. Then we cut that and we went to a party scene. I mean, we had the actual party scene at someone's house. The parent was very nice to let us, about 15 kids, get in there and practice and be very loud with loud music and dance and get out the empty beer bottles and the empty beer cans and fill it up with water and tea and really make it look real. And they danced, they sang, they were very jolly, and then they yelled, "Beer run," and we filmed that. And we all filmed them piled in a car and squeal off.
Is this the beer run car?
Yes, well no, it's not the actual beer run car, but we filmed the actual beer run, if you can quote it that way, at night. So you really didn't know what kind of car it was going to be. But it's unbelievable to see what the jaws of life can do, but unfortunately it can't save everyone's life. And it's really important because as Becky is lying there on the hood, dead, she didn't wear a seatbelt. So it's not only important if you're drinking, even if you have a designated driver, always wear your seatbelt because you can fly through that windshield on impact.
Right. And so we have 4 students in the car?
Actually more than that. There's 2, 4, about 6 or 8 students in that car.
Okay, and we'll get their names later.
Yes.
Is this the final video shot?
Yes, it is. These are the consequences. You really can't, there's no happy ending to this.
And the volunteers are doing a great job of really
treating this like any other call.
Doing everything that they would be doing on a real accident. I think they should be commended for their efforts and support of this program. When an accident of this magnitude happens, it touches a lot of people, not just family, but friends and school and community.
And especially in a small town like this would really affect them. Because the school is just down the street off the main highway, and where I grew up, it didn't affect us nearly as much. So it was much harder in a much larger school. I didn't know every student in my class. Where these kids, there's all sorts of classes representative from freshman to senior year in this car, and they all know each other.
And like I said, I have a daughter who is a freshman, and I have had another daughter and son graduate, so I lived through some of this.
And I think every parent's nightmare I've always heard was to get that call at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's certainly true. I can attest to that.
I'm so glad I didn't have to put my mother into that, through that.
Now you were having some trouble. You have the videotapes on 3 different VHS cassettes, and you need them edited together.
Edited and spliced, and there's a lot of different things that we don't have the machines and we don't have the budget for.
Right, and I understand that too. FPAC is going to help you.
Yeah.
In a small way, although we don't have the professional equipment either.
And we understand that that's not the important thing to us, really. The important thing is to get the point across, but we really do, the students and faculty and the Jaycees really thank you guys for coming in, especially the last minute notice.
Well, we're happy to offer that, and we'll do as good as we can and put it together so
it's an excellent cause.
Airable on 1 VHS tape. I know Kurt Hansen played a big part in the new rules and law for 16, 17-year-olds driver's license.
Yes, I read a little bit on that. I know he went there yesterday, I think, to watch it. I didn't really know too much.
In the final procedures where they're thinking about adopting these young people not being able to get their license until they're 17, their full license to drive. And it looks like we have all the students out of the car.
Out of the car, yes.
Out of the car, loading them in
there's still one on the hood.
One on the hood.
But
who I know is Becky Partridge.
Yes, she's
doing real good laying there holding still.
She's been the excitement in this whole thing.
Something at the end, like this could be your friends. You gonna do that? Yeah, sure.
And you're being asked to do an ending here.
I guess I will.
And you'll have the microphone on, so we'll catch you doing it for FPAC also.
Okay.
Like when they're about done. You know, the little studio. Kind of.
We have a little behind the scenes
I can do that.
impromptu work here. And we have the father of the deceased here.
You gotta get a picture of that one.
Jerry Partridge. Hopefully they don't really do this, but maybe they do. They do. I hear kids saying that it's so sad, and I think that's getting to them a little.
You've had a very excellent response from the kids here.
They're pretty still.
Yeah.
To get this age group to stand still like this and stay put says a lot.
There's a lot of things here that they don't see every day.
And I think it's now your part.
Hi, are you connected with this?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Mark Denny with the radio station.
Yeah.
Could we get a quick interview, perhaps?
Yes. Hang on. Let me. I guess we're not going to get one.
Okay,
But
so
I know-
we'll change. And thank you, Carolyn,
Hey,
very
no problem.
much for everything and putting this together, working on it, and we'll see what we come up with in putting the final project
Yes,
together.
we really appreciate your help again. Thank you.
Thanks.
Seems off now.
I didn't know they ripped the top off. I was laying there going. I saw my dad pass out. Your dad is such a good sport. He's so good. Yeah, he laid down. He totally fell. You know, and I am so were you napping? I started crying. I was so sad. Your face like sticking. I was like, I heard Jesse screaming.
This is my souvenir.
You guys did great. Let me get your names here.
Kelly Copeland, Sarah Ledger, Becky Partridge, Jessica Cook, Rebecca Reed, Nicole Kramer,
And we had a male here.
Mario. Mario, come here.
Come over here. What part did you play?
I was just some guy in the back seat.
A guy in the back seat. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you guys have a lot of fun putting this together?
It was definitely a bonding experience.
Especially you're all in the SAD organization.
Yes. This is my fourth year.
Fourth year.
Second year.
I think that's great. I really commend you all for doing this, and I think you worked on a really big project, and hopefully you made a difference in somebody's life.
I hope you did too.
Camera person, did we get your name?
Nicole Kramer.
Okay, and you did a great job. I'm sure you learned a lot in videotaping.
Yeah.
It's not as easy.
I really learned a lot because I was on the front dead on the hood and I heard Jesse call my name and scream and I just started crying.
I started crying too.
Because I've been friends with Jesse for like my whole life and it just to think
what if
that
it was
really
really
could happen.
Yeah.
And I was
just became realistic, really.
Yeah.
It was very realistic.
Especially the jaws of life, and when they started pounding on the car and you could feel the car getting ripped apart, I mean, it was just like really scary. It was,
And then you start thinking, you know, I just hope we never get in
this
this kind
never
of
happens,
situation
for real.
because
Call your parents, don't be afraid.
yeah.
they showed up.
Please call your parents, have a designated driver. Call your parents. That's the most important thing. They won't get mad at you. Even if they get mad, it won't be for very long. They'll get over
Remind
it.
them about our accident.
Yeah. So thank you all very, very much.
Thank you. We done?
Hi, I'm Jessica Cook, and I represent the Fairfield Area SAD chapter. And I'd like to read this poem to you to warn you of the stuff that happens when you drink and drive. It's called Prom Night, and it's by an anonymous author. I went to a party, Mom. I remember what you said. You told me not to drink, Mom, so I drank soda instead. I felt really proud inside, Mom, the way you said I would. I didn't drink and drive, Mom, even though the others said I should. I know I did the right thing, Mom. I know you're always right. Now the party's finally ending, Mom, and everyone drives out of sight. As I got into my car, Mom, I knew I'd get home in one piece because of the way you raised me, Mom, so responsible and sweet. I started to drive away, Mom, but as I pulled onto the road, the other car didn't see me, Mom, and it hit me like a load. As I lie here on the pavement, Mom, I hear the policeman say, the other guy is drunk, Mom, and now I'm the one who will pay. There's blood all around me, Mom. Most of it is mine. I hear the paramedics say I'll be dead in a short time. I just wanted to tell you, Mom, I swear I didn't drink. It was the others, Mom. The others didn't think. He didn't know where he was going. He was probably at the same party as I. The only difference is, Mom, he drank and I will die. Why do people drink, Mom? It can ruin your whole life. I'm feeling sharp pains now, Mom. Pains just like a knife. The guy who hit me is walking, Mom. I don't think it's fair. I'm lying here dying, Mom, why all they can do is stare. Tell my brother not to cry, Mom. Tell Daddy to be brave. And when I get to heaven, write Daddy's little girl on my grave. Someone should have told him, Mom, not to drink and drive. If they'd only have taken the time, Mom, I would still be alive. My breath is getting shorter, Mom. I'm becoming very scared. Please don't cry for me, Mom, because when I needed you, you were always there. I have one last question, Mom, before I say goodbye. I didn't ever drink, Mom, so why am I to die? This is the end, Mom. I wish I could look you in the eye to say these final words, Mom. I love you and goodbye.